welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and today we're going to be doing a full review episode of Buffalo Trace. Yeah, I went ahead and decided we're going to go ahead and we're going to do it. I pulled this out of the back of the closet. I've been seeing these bottles more and more on the shelves. The prices have come back down to more reasonable, sane prices. My main spec store has them there was I don't know, 17 cases on an end cap. It was the end cap. Display, whatever. These were coming in at 26 something, I think, they on the shelf. Out the door for the average person would probably be $28-ish range. I didn't bother to do a full review breakdown and hunt down a lot of information because I already did that in the first one. So this is, let me go ahead and get this pour started. So that was a weak pop. But if you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in. All my returning viewers, you know how we do. You definitely know how we do. We definitely know how we do. So, this Buffalo Trace is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Coming in at 45%. 45, there we go. There you go. And we're going to let you have a look at that. If you want to pause it, have a look at that. There's that as well. Now, this is what they call one of the most iconic, pretty much recognizable clear across the globe. But this review series for the Buffalo Trace in 2026 is going to be a part of the revisited series that Mr. Randy does when he's now, after a year, it's been a year. I've been doing this for a year now. So we're going to pull back and revisit some of these bottles that we first went to on the beginning of the channel. I'm going to go back and take a look at all these bottles again to see, has things changed? Now that I'm a year into it, I'm more refined, I'm more knowledgeable, definitely a lot more confident to do these things. Let's see how it goes. So here we are with the full review today for the Buffalo Trace. For all the new people out there, Mr. Randy does a 3-part series when he does a whiskey, wine, libations of sorts review. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, pour it in a glass, have my first impressions and share it with you because you're special. Part 2, it's the full review where we are here today. I think that's pretty much where we said we were going to come back, right? Okay, cool. So I go on the internet, I find information, which I did not do this time because there's nothing else to say. It's just going to be a waste of time. If you're new to the channel, I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to knock this one out and get it done. If you want to, go back, watch the original review. I'm pretty sure all the facts have not changed. I don't remember anything about this changing other than the availability. In 2025, it was very hard to find this stuff. If you did find it like I did, this bottle here, this is my 4th bottle. Is it my 4th bottle? It's been a year, okay? Give me a break. It's been a year. But the first bottle I paid was a little over 40, it's like 30 something, $40 at a different store. Then the second and third bottle, I paid 25 something, just under $26 out the door. I think I paid about 27, 28, just under 30 for this bottle. So yeah, my 4th bottle. So the full review is where we're at today. We're going to drink it. I'm going to score it. We're going to talk about it. Hopefully everything is about the same or better. Hopefully nothing got worse. But continuing on, part 3, the final pour. Always a sad day here. Final pour, thus the name. We have the final pour in the glass compared to the first pour off the rip and everything in between. So revisiting the Buffalo Trace. Trying to see, hold it. Oh, yeah, okay, there it is. I'm holding it about a foot away. This is something new that I've been incorporating into the process. I hold it about a foot away from my nose, and I just kind of give it a little swirl. You know, kind of just kind of give it a little swirl. Hey, did you notice? Since we're going back in time and we're doing the original, I'm using the original glass. My first glass. I know it's kind of hard to tell. Trying to see if I can. Mr. Randy Wine and Spirits, established in 2025. This glass was made by someone referred to me by Old Guy Bourbon. Me and Old Guy Bourbon, we go back about a year. And I asked him about his glass, and he told me where I can find it. And he hooked me up with them, and they sent me this glass, which kind of sent me down that rabbit hole of Branding. Branding. This is my new brand. My new branded glass. I really love that. And as you can see here, that's my branding. I'm working on all kinds of things. I have a beer glass. Let me pull that out without crashing anything. I got my beer glass. I'm working on the wine glass. I need to find someone who will do a wine glass. Here's the rocks tumbler. Guess what? Yeah, there. Sorry, I'm trying to hold everything with one. Yeah, it's the same branding. Put that down before I break it. Put that. I've got business cards. I'm really working on building a brand here. And it's not just wine and spirits. I also do coffee. I'm also I sound like Mike Tyson. Jesus Christ. I'm drying out and things are getting all kind of things. So let's move on to the first palating. We skipped the nose. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. On the nose, like I said, I'm incorporating like about a foot away from my nose. I can get dry, dusty peanuts. If you've ever been to a Texas Roadhouse where they throw the peanut shells on the ground, it has that sort of like dry peanut taste, right? Or the taste. You're tasting. Yeah, I scoop them up and I throw them in my mouth. No, it's got that dry, dusty peanut kind of smell and the character that floats on the air. That's what it's like with this. It's not a lot else of anything that you can get, but once you get it closer to the nose, there's sort of like a, wow, okay, so this is giving me like nail polish remover. Nail polish remover with a little bit of vanilla and oak. But if you go deep, we like going deep. If you go deep, you're going to get that signature Buffalo Trace character on the nose. That's unmistakable. I've gotten it on Benchmark. If you've had Benchmark and the Buffalo Trace, let me know in the comments. Do you think it's relatively like similar? Like they're from the same place. Okay, they're almost the same thing. The nose is pretty nice. I mean, it's mellowed out from off the rip, so the nose is more pleasant now as far as I'm concerned, in my own opinion. Let's get that second palate and talk about it. Abso-freaking-lutely. The second, this is one of those bottles where the second half, so much better than the first half. This is a prime candidate for the experiment which I was discussing months ago about get a bottle where the first half of the bottle is but the second half of the bottle is oh yeah. This would be a prime example, and for less than $30, it'd be definitely a thing to do. So when I finish this bottle, I'm going to have the second one. I'm actually going to go buy a few bottles of this because I want to save one. I want to put one in the stash. Ralphie says you should have a stash of your best bottles or bottles that are significant. So I'm going to buy a couple. So one of these bottles, once I finish this one, I'm going to take a second bottle, crack it open, fresh. I'm going to pour half of the new bottle into this bottle. It's going to be half and half. And I'm going to put it back in the closet. I'm going to let it sit for a few weeks. Then we're going to come in here and we're going to try it and see, because it had time to off gas and mellow out. And I might even go ahead and do the video where I crack open the third bottle, which is a fresh bottle, and compare it, the fresh bottle off the crack to the two that's been split. See if there's a difference. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a difference because I didn't care. I mean, yeah, okay, it's Buffalo Trace, but as it got down to here, it was like, yeah, baby. You know what I'm saying? There it is. Let's go ahead and get one more before we go ahead and do the finish. Pencil eraser. If you know, you know. All my returning viewers, pencil eraser. Not just on the nose, but on the palate somehow for some reason. I don't chew on pencil erasers. We didn't do that. We stopped that last year, I promise. So I'm not doing the typical review process where I get information, but I still have it all in mind, and we're still going to hit some of those better, finer points. So yes, it is a 45% alcohol by volume. I did pay a year ago. Well, actually, it was less than a year ago because, you know, whatever. But I paid under $30. I think it was 28 something, so just under 29, I guess. We'll make a finer point of that. Availability currently, anywhere really. They also have 375 milliliter bottles. If you're unsure, if you're a Scotch person, or if you're not into bourbon, but the Buffalo Trace is something you really feel like you would like to try, there are places that sell 375 milliliter bottles. There's places that might even sell the samples, the little 50 milliliter bottles. I read online somewhere they have like the 100, or is it the 200? I think it might be one of those. But those I think you have to order from like a distributor or something. They're not in everywhere. If you're still here and you're still watching this, go ahead and hit that like button. Do yourself a favor. Whatever algorithm on whatever platform you might be watching this on, it will really help you. It would behoove you. I love using those words. It would behoove you. My wife uses it all the time. It would behoove you to go ahead and hit that like button. Let the algorithm or heart it or whatever, like I said, whatever platform you're watching this on, go ahead and hit it up. Let it know you like these videos. And you can go ahead and let Mr. Randy know that you like his videos by leaving a comment. Let me know where you're at. Let me know what you're drinking. Let's go and do the finish on this. I haven't used this glass in a while. Viscosity looks pretty good. Transfers well in the mouth. The finish is nice. It does have a good finish. I think it's a solid through and through, especially once it's mellowed out. It's definitely a solid bourbon. And that's why they call it one of the most signature of bourbons. I'm really working it. That was kind of a big one. I'm getting gums, a lot of action in the gums, not a whole lot on the tongue. The back end where that heat starts to build up, we're definitely surpassing a 2. It's strong, but not aggressive. It's calm, it's comforting, it's warmth. It's nice. I've had some people tell me they don't like this, and it's just absolute garbage. I asked them to tell me about it. Tell me about it. And a couple of people told me, well, I had a sample. I had a little 50 milliliter bottle. I kind of feel a certain way about basing your whole ideology of a libation off of a sample bottle. Those bottles have been contained for who knows how long. They have not had time to open up. It's robbing you of a full experience. I would always suggest that you try something in the larger volume. I would always recommend going for a 375 if the option is available. Because as you drink it and try and give it some time, like I do, I wouldn't say, you know, at some point it's going to turn. Better for worse, I can't really say until I've actually tried it. That's why I do these. So let's see how it turns. Better for worse. This one turned for the better. This one turns for the better. And some people go, so I went out to a bar and I had a sample. They poured it from the bottle that was, you know, on the shelf behind them. And I didn't like it. Ooh, that is a grab bag. You are basically gambling. It's like a crapshoot whenever you go to a bar or something, because you do not know how long that bottle has sat on the shelf. You don't know if they've watered it down. All the variables are out of control. There's no control. You have no idea how things have come along in that bottle. I always recommend try and get the lowest volume bottle you can, except for the samples. Get something a little bigger, 100 milliliter, 200. The 375 I think would be a perfect little spot to try something. And that's one of the things I've incorporated into my review system. I don't like getting anything really less than a 200 milliliter, because you drink it too fast and you don't give it enough time to tell you anything about what it is you're drinking. You drink it and it's gone. You don't get time to acquaint yourself. Well, now here we're at 15 minutes, so there it is. Buffalo Trace, Kentucky Bourbon. Very nice whiskey, very nice bourbon, and I'm not really a bourbon fan anymore. But this one definitely is a good one. So let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I already said it.